Dom, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining me today. I'm looking forward to this, genuinely looking forward to this, because being a number 9 or an ex-number 9, seeing you as well, there's lots of traits of yours that remind me of myself. Goals, I love that, physicality, speed, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you could produce for Leeds United. So welcome and thank you for signing. Firstly, your thoughts on joining the club?
Really excited.
Yeah.
Really excited. That's like just walking in today, like a first day at school. Feel like a kid again. That's just starting somewhere new and just can't wait to play and represent the football club.
What was it about Leeds that drew you here?
For me, it's a massive football club with a massive fan base, and I've played at Elland Road before. And
Don't remind us.
I've played there before, and I just remember thinking how loud the fans were and how good the fans were. And one thing that always stuck with me, which is a true story, I spoke to my dad after a game at Elland Road. Obviously we played away, and I think the Leeds fans, I don't know what end of the stadium it was, but they stayed for 10-15 minutes after the game just applauding one player in particular. And he was just stood in front of the fans, clapping, and they were clapping back. And I thought to myself, what a great feeling that must be. So things like that obviously played a part in me making my decision.
Well, the player was me, so I just want to say I'm only messing. It's little things like that that make this club what it is. It sets this club aside. What was the most attractive aspect of joining the club for yourself? Well,
I grew up playing against Leeds quite often. Every year we would play against Leeds, so I always knew what kind of club it was. And then I've got a close friend actually who's who's a big Leeds fan. And over the last couple of years, we've been in touch, and coincidentally spoke a lot about Leeds. And here I am now. But he would come to my house in his
fully kitted out
in his Leeds jacket, and I just remember thinking he loves Leeds, and he would tell me about the fan base and how they are and how they treat their players, and just a little bit of an inside track on how Leeds is as a football club. So you could say that probably subtly
swayed you a little bit.
Swayed me most definitely, but then also speaking when I first spoke to Adam Underwood and Robbie Evans, they showed their intent straight away.
Yep.
And they explained to me, the intent of the football club and which direction it wants to go in, which the morals and values I think really align with where I'm at myself.
Right.
And it's something that I really wanted to be a part of.
Did you manage to catch any of the games?
Yeah, I did actually, and obviously scored a lot of goals, won a lot of games, and for me as a striker, that's something that's really good to see. And I also spoke with the manager prior to this, and we had a really good conversation, and he was a centre forward himself, so he was just explaining how the life of a centre forward is, and he gave me a feeling of a lot of understanding, and it made me really excited to work with him as well. And just the way that the team set up and the way that we set up last season was really attractive for me.
See, and that leads me on to my next question. Looking back at all of your goals for Sheffield United and also Everton, you like to sniff goals out, fox in the box and all that sort of stuff. Is that the sort of thing we're going to be looking forward to seeing from you this season and the seasons going forward, or is there another element to your game that you're thinking about bringing in?
I've been in the Premier League a while now, so I think people are pretty familiar with my game, but I also think there's other aspects to my game that I can bring that I maybe haven't brought enough of. So I'm looking forward to unlocking that and continuing the things that I'm good at, but also bringing a new aspects and new facets to my game. I'm feeling extremely healthy, extremely strong. I've been working hard in the off season to put myself in the best condition possible.
What can you bring? What sort of experience will you bring to this club and pass on to some of the other players that haven't necessarily been in that position before?
Firstly, I'll say my intention joining the football club is not to be in that position, and my intention is to make sure that we fight further up the table. But in saying that, I do come with a certain level of experience in those situations, and I think that is something that when the guys here that I spoke to explained the project, that I thought I could really add value to. And I guess that feeds back into why I made the decision to come here. I think when I made the choice to to be a free agent, to take the risk and want a new challenge. I knew for me it was more about a feeling than anything else. And again, it's something I really, really identified with and felt that it's really something I wanted to be a part of. But of course, it's I come with that experience of being in those situations. So it's something that when the going gets tough, I like to think that the lads will be able to look at me and know that I've been through it.
They can rely on you.
Yeah, rely on me, and I can help where possible.
And obviously, being a free agent with the record that you've got, there must have been a lot of teams sniffing around you. Can you give us a little hint as to a couple of them?
It was an interesting time, and like I touched on before, for me it was about a feeling, and I turned down the opportunity to play for some Champions League clubs.
Wow.
I had offers across Europe, and when I spoke to Leeds, the people here, again, it was the feeling that I got was something that I didn't get elsewhere. And the more I play football, the more I appreciate the feeling.
Yeah.
And what playing for a football club or playing football does for you, and I think that's what lasts you a lifetime. So for me, it was important with this decision to make the right one, and I think I definitely did make the right one.
So it was a bit of a curveball question. That was the answer I was looking for, and yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Massive first game of the season. What are your thoughts on it? Everton at home.
What a way to start, you know. We Leeds are back in the Premier League, and I want us to win. Of course, 3 points is the only option, and for me, I'm just really excited for the season to start. Excited to see the boys integrate myself into the squad first and foremost. Obviously, it's a quick turnaround.
Training.
Get training first. So there's a few steps before then. But yeah, I'm most looking forward to just seeing Elland Road, you know, in full force through a different lens. You know, as a Leeds player, which is something I'm really excited for.
Yeah, off camera, you were saying that you've been here as an Everton player, and you've seen how hostile it is to get those fans behind you this time. Trust me, it's an amazing feeling. I look forward to seeing you in the mighty whites, and I wish you all the very best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Right, bro?
Thank you, bro.
48 goals this season, he said to me. No, I'm joking. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, man.
Marching on together.
Leeds.